Hello, friends, and welcome back. I have some good news. I just finished painting the entirety of the chassis. All the remaining, you can probably see all over my face. I don't know if you can or not, but there's paint all over the floor. Still blotchy because it's wet, but aside from that cross member there, which we're gonna cut out after Motorama and change, and we'll get into that a whole lot later. It's all done. I did another 3 cans worth tonight. So we are 10 cans total into this guy. It's 5 after midnight on, I guess technically Friday now, Thursday night. So my powder coat stuff, being the suspension and things of that nature, should be here tomorrow morning-ish, I hope. So when they arrive, we will be making this a roller, which is quite exciting. I did get the 9-inch spray painted for the time being, because we talked about last time I got to put a diff fill and some other stuff in here, so we just spray painted it for the time being. Again, I'm at the point where this truck unfortunately is going to have to come apart to some degree after Motorama again, which is not the end of the world. I got the front diff washed. It's not as nice as it would have been had it been dry ice blasted, but it cleaned up good enough. So, again, tomorrow, I guess today, should start being a roller again. We're damn close. So, leaf springs, 9-inch, Caltrax, all that stuff should be going in tomorrow. And then I'll have my other laser brackets coming for the Caltrax mount that I screwed up. So we'll be able to finish this other one. And I got U-bolts, and we're obviously just going to paint those brackets for the time being as well. And then when we finish all the anti-roll bar stuff, I'll probably send out the diff housing, all the anti-roll bar stuff, all at the same time for coating. And then that's just the end of it. So, all right, guys, I need you to not be mad at me. I filmed that intro on Monday. No, what's today? Today's Saturday. I filmed that intro on Thursday, and I've had a long couple days since. So today's Saturday night. It's 20 to 10 right now. I just got back from dinner. And I'm going to show you what I've been up to. I've not been filming because I've just been like put my head down and got after it, and I'm wildly happy with what happened. So let me show you. Ooh boy, look at that. I went through, cleaned everything, assembled everything. The entire front end of this truck is done, aside from the steering rack being cleaned and assembled. Remember these coilovers? Remember how gross they were? That's all the same parts. I didn't replace a damn thing. The only thing I changed was this bolt. I pressed in new studs. Obviously put new nuts on, new washers. But that's the same coilover. I had the T-bars recoated. The only thing we're missing, I need to get some snap rings for those bushings. But man, they look so good. Clean my axles. These are brand new axles, actually. They were, I think I put them in the same summer that the truck blew up, so they have very few miles on them. But yeah, they look brand new, which is kind of convenient. Cleaned up the ABS sensor harness. Got the new bolts for the axle in there, or these are factory bolts, just coated. You know, got the front diff in. Just yeah, super pumped. Got the intercooler in, obviously, and the Davies Craig pump with a couple fittings there. These are just some aluminum spacers I got off McMaster car to keep it. There's some weird little casting marks and stuff on this pump, so that keeps it off of there. Tow hooks are back in. Control arms are all done. We got brand new EBC slotted rotors and yellow stuff pads. Hint, that's why I did the springs yellow, just so that they'd match. We got the brand new ball joints in. I gotta go through this whole thing still and bolt check it all, but goddamn, is it ever good. I'm honestly flabbergasted at how good this looks. We got even the brake hose clips all done. the hardware for the brake hose clips. Thing just blew every expectation I had out of the water as to how good it would look. So I found myself quite a while ago some, I guess for lack of a better term, thin 6-point nuts. I've always had to run these stupid tuner lugs with those wheels, and I've always hated it. I think they look ridiculous, and having that tool sucks always also. So found myself some nice 6-pointed 19 mil drive nuts. So I'm really excited about those. Like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but holy moly, this is good. Really, really good. If I've never talked about it before, these are 2019 plus brakes. They bolt right on. You do need to run a standard washer just to center them up in the brake window. And then, yeah, I mean, it's just the caliper, the pads, and the rotor, and that washer. And the stock 2014 Sierra Flex hose bolts right on. And you get a full 4-piston caliper that fits most wheels. I know people have had issues with this little bar hitting certain wheels, but the 2 sets of wheels I've run on this truck since we're doing this brake upgrade have been tons of room. So, all right. Not only did I do that, but the rear is mostly assembled as of this evening also. I got the 9-inch in, got the U-bolts in. So the U-bolts are not coated. These are just raw from Carrier in town. I had them made up. And the diff is just painted. So like I said in the last video, once we get through Motorama, this is going to get all coated. We're going to finish the anti-roll, or the anti-roll bar after Motorama. But yeah, same thing. Look at how friggin' good this looks. Also, ignore the bumper brackets. I specifically told Carlo not to blast any of this stuff with the dry ice because the steel part of this bumper has lived a life. As you can see, me trying to jam jack handles and all kinds of other stuff under there for 10 years has not treated it that well. So I do have a new steel bumper and a brand new cap, and they are going to go on before the truck sees the road again. So at that time, when I disassemble this whole assembly, we'll have all these brackets powder coated to match everything else. And I'll probably do, at very least, all the interior hardware. There's a couple fasteners up in here that are black that I'll leave black just so that they stay hidden. But yeah, Caltracs are all assembled. Leaf springs are all powder coated, redone, refinished. Brand new backing plates on the rear. This bracket that I was talking about before, I was nervous about having it coated. It turned out really pretty good. So I'll probably just roll with it. Got the quick performance axles in there. One thing you guys probably did notice, I just have a piece of tube across the 2 axles right now. And what that's doing is when we put weight on this, that's going to support the axles from wanting to droop. So they'll kind of support each other because I do not have the posi for this diff yet. So for Motorama, I'm going to put the 3rd member in there without the bearing caps on it, I think, if it'll fit. If not, then it's going to go like that. Just because I don't have the 3rd member yet. We just ran out of budget, honestly. So, but yeah, look at this. The rails are all done. All the new body mount hardware is in. And I keep saying new. It's the same hardware. It just looks new. Yeah, let's go around to the other side. And yeah, same thing. Caltracs are all here. This is the one finished anti-roll bar / shock mount / Caltrac mount / U-bolt / tow hook Dewey that I designed and made. I still haven't got the tabs to finish the other one, so that's just the stock Caltrac bracket, just to hold everything together for the time being. So I will have that Monday. It's on my list of things to weld, among a billion other things, before Motorama. But we'll get some paint on it, and we'll just swap that out quick. All of this stuff is extremely loose, so that's why that's drooping. But Yeah, I mean, parachute mount, jack point is all done. I'm flabbergasted at how well this has all turned out. So my goal tonight is to get everything to a point where I can bolt the wheels back on. So I need to go through and tighten basically everything that's relevant to that. Like these ball joints are crazy loose, so I need to go through so that they're not sliding all over while we're pushing it around, and upper shock mounts and things of that nature. And then I'm going to try and put the box on. And then really that gives me, if I can get this thing to a point where it's like, a roller again and the box is on, then that will give me all day tomorrow. I can just finish up as much in the engine bay as I physically can. I'm not entirely sure what to do with this wiring yet, whether I can shove it into the inside and get it out of the way, but I need to clean up. You can see there's goo on the brake master still from the coating, or from the blasting, and the boosters, gooey, and I've been this is all cleaned. I've been kind of cleaning as I go, but there's still a significant amount on the firewall and things that need to be cleaned up. And I'd like to get these 2 charge pipes in, the AC compressor, and a few other things just to make it look as far along as physically possible. But I'm just overwhelmingly happy with how this all turned out. I really didn't expect to go this far with the truck, and it kind of snowballed when we started doing this. I for sure obviously wanted to paint the chassis and stuff, but I had no, plan, so to speak, to, for lack of a better term, fully restore the thing. But damn, am I ever glad that it turned out that way, because it really looks phenomenal. So yeah. All right. Cue the time lapse of me tightening bolts. This is not a drill. It is on the ground. What a wonderful feeling. Once again, clearly the rear end is not done. We don't have shocks yet. A bunch of other stuff has got to happen, but like I said a couple times already, I'm going to take the box off right after Motorama again. The truck's going to get parked in that corner, and I'm just going to tinker away and take my time on it. But man, oh man, what a feeling for the time being. This has been a pile of work in the last couple weeks, and this is a pretty big win right now. So obviously I got to stand these front wheels up a little bit more, and I may need to bring the front up a touch, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll wait and see what the box does, but that's got to be pretty close to the height it was at. So anywho, I got to swing this out of the way now, shove it over there, and then I can roll this thing forward, and we'll bring the box in. It's on a cart right outside the door, and we'll pick it up with the hoist and stuff it on, and then I'm going home. I've had enough. I've already had enough, but my goal was to get the box on today, so I'm gonna push through. But goddamn, does this ever look good. I managed to do it. I got the box on. God bless these hoists, man, because by myself, there ain't no way I'm doing it without it. So I usually just run a strap. Ignore the box, it's disgustingly filthy, I know. But I run a strap across these hooks, and then it's obviously not there right now, but I usually center the wheel at the center of this hoist here, and we swing the arms up and in and run the straps over the arms, making sure to hook them around these plates at the bottom, not just leaving them on the arms so that they can't slide out or kick off or anything like that. and then, oops, and then it just comes straight off. Super easy, super handy. I can't wait to fix those holes, but that's a problem for down the road. But yeah, I got the parachute mount on. I got the parachute packed. Definitely didn't pack it properly because I have never done that before, but anyway. Oh boy. So yeah, it's now 1:15, Saturday night. I'm going home. Tomorrow should be a pretty straightforward day. I'm gonna push it back up onto the hoist. We're gonna put a couple bolts in the box. I'm not gonna go crazy because again, it's coming off right away. I got the steering rack in. It could use a little touch-up clean here and there, but it's pretty good. I wanna get the AC compressor in, throttle body, charge pipes, tidy up that mess like I said earlier, and then yeah, that's gonna do it. We'll straighten up the wheels as best I can too. But yeah, I mean, tomorrow is the last day I hope to spend on this thing in any great amount of time, because I have a back half to finish as well. That's gonna be in the booth with us. This truck is gonna be across the walkway actually, so it's technically not part of my booth even, which I'm intentionally doing. But yeah, I gotta finish this back half, which is gonna be in our booth, so. You get a little sneak peek of it right now. The billet link bar. But yeah, anyway, that'll be tomorrow. So I'm going home, bye. Well guys, there it is. It's as buttoned up as it's gonna be. I mean, yeah. I got the charge pipes on tonight. They're only tacked, unfortunately, but not polished or anything, but they look good enough for what it is. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty happy. It is obviously nowhere near finished, but it presents pretty well right now. I got the firewall all cleaned up and the brakes cleaned up and tidied up, and got all the hardware in that matters, and rear brakes on with the new pads and everything. Ran the parachute cable, just kind of hit it under the box so it looks like it's working, but obviously it's not yet. But yeah, quite happy with this. Basically just got to clean it now. So we'll see how much time I have by Wednesday of this week. But there's a couple hoses and things that I'd like to make just to populate the engine bay a little bit more. But again, for what it is and how it presents right now, I'm pretty happy with it. So it will look the part when needed this weekend coming. So you guys are going to see this video Monday, the 3rd March, I think, which will probably be the last video before Motorama. So I'm going to take some footage at Motorama and we'll have some, you know, video of me putting it in the trailer and that kind of junk. So it should be a good weekend. If you guys come see the truck or come see the booth, make sure you stop by, say hey. I got lots of stickers to give out, so. But yeah, anyway, I feel pretty good about this. I got the front raised an inch too, so we'll see how it sits, and should be good enough. But yeah, anyway, we will see you guys this coming weekend.